Hi, I'm Elena, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to fill out your W-4 form. This form is a form that employers give their employees when they're hired, so then they know how much income tax to take out of that employee's paycheck. Now, this is important to understand because so then the employee doesn't end up overpaying or underpaying and then having to pay the IRS back. Also, now there is a new W-4 form that is issued in 2020. So there is new things on it, and I'm just going to be showing you guys that. So let's get into it.
So this is your 2020 W-4 form, and as you can see, there are steps and sections to follow. So you would start out by putting your first name and middle initial here, your last name, your address, your city, state, and zip code, your social security number, and then here you would put what you're filing for. So if you are single or married and filing separately, then you would put a check mark in the first box. If you're married and filing jointly, then you would put a check in the second box. And if you are a head of household, which this states that is if you are unmarried and pay more than half of the costs of keeping up a home for yourself and a qualified individual, which is pretty much like if you are a single parent, then you would check this box. So step 1 right here is required. That is a required step. And then step 5 down here is also a required step. But steps 2 through 4 are not required unless they apply to you. So if you have multiple jobs or your spouse works, then you would do one of the following sections. You would either do A, which you would put your income into this website right here, and it'll give you the most accurate withholding, and you would put that number right here in this 4C area, and then you would, if you would like to do section B instead, then you would need this sheet that they also give you with your form. And it states that if you have 2 or more jobs or you're married filing jointly and you and your spouse each have 1 job, find the amount from the appropriate table on page 4. So then you would get out your table that also comes with the form, and you would go to your salary, so your highest wage salary, and you would, let's say you make $100,000, and then you would go to your spouses, so let's say they make $60,000. So then you would follow this column in this row and find where they meet. And that number where they meet would go in this 4C spot, just like section A did. Now, if you'd like to use option C, that is only if the job has similar pay and you're using it for 2 jobs instead of if it is your spouse working. For step 3, this is where you claim dependents. So if you claim a dependent under the age of 17, then they start at so every child is $2,000, and then you would times 2,000 every time, and that would be what would go right here. So if you had 1 child, it'd be 2,000. 2 children would be 4,000. 3, 6, so forth. So then if you do not have somebody that is under the age of 17 and is over the age, then you would multiply the number of dependents by 500 instead of 2,000. And then you would put both numbers right here and add them up, and then the total would go in this section right here. Now, for step 4. For step 4, this is for your other incomes like retirement and dividends and interest. And that would go right here. You would just put what you got, and it would just go right here. And then your deductions is anything that isn't your standard deduction from this one. So this is the standard, and then this is all the stuff that isn't in the standard. So whatever that is would go right there. This is from these sections, and then you would do step 5 and sign and date, and then this would be your employer's information, and then that is all you would do.
Hi, it's Elena again, and I just wanted to come back and say I hope you guys enjoyed and learned a little bit, and yeah, that's it.